Hey, what's going on? Hope you're doing all right. Now I'm gonna do a short digital marketing analysis on a tourism brand that has allowed me to do so. In this case, it's gonna be Baheka Travel. I'm gonna give you a brief description of it. It's a tourism agency or a tour operator that offers safaris, native tribe experiences in the country of Uganda. So it's a pretty far place from here, but there's definitely a necessity or how do you call it? You can see there's a need for this type of tourism, and what I wanted to help him out with is how to improve his digital marketing presence on the most important platforms, starting with the website, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Google Maps, TripAdvisor, Booking.com, things of that nature, and more, a little bit of more platforms that I think will really help the business improve if that owner takes upon my recommendations, my tips of advice, and implements them. So appreciate you, Herbert, if you're watching this, which I know you are. And let's get started. So what I usually start with is basically checking out the website. The website is the main reason to first examine because it's the main digital asset where people are most likely to book or to ask more information or to get to know the experiences or what the company represents, whether it be in a tourism brand like this one or a construction company or a restaurant or carpenter business, anything of that nature. A website is pretty much like the main hub of the brand. So it's a good thing to see that Baheka Travel has a website already implemented, and it starts off in a good spot since it showcases a little bit about what to expect, right? Like a statement, first of all, and then it gives you like a scheduler or a calendar to see if the tour that you want is going to be on the date that you require or you plan to visit in this region, and it also gives you how many people. So I think it's a pretty good start. Maybe a recommendation would be to change it every so often just so that the tourist notices something distinct every month or every 2 months. It could be a video as well. It could be more photos like these as also. It just really matters on showcasing a whole variety of things and also upkeeping them to make it different, right? So let's check out what he has. Also, I wanted to mention that you should consider understanding how your website looks on mobile, which an example would be something like this, where you have the organization or the display of the map, the layout basically of the website would be like this. So also keep that in notice, which most of your tourists are gonna consume and book through their phones, most probably, right? Like 80% to 60% of people use their phones. So keep that in mind. And so we go back in this desktop version. It gives you a list of the safaris. I assume they're the most popular or the most frequented or booked, which I think that's the best strategy. That way you can showcase the best of your products, and obviously, since they're the most popular, that's when you make most of your income, right? So it gives you a basic description of the company, of what it represents, offering tailored wildlife tours, which I again, I assume it's the most profitable tours they have. And then it gives you options to click more and find out, right, which is pretty good. It gives you basic information, which is pretty nice to see. And other aspects, what I do wanted to notice on this website, which is I think something I mentioned briefly to the owner, is to make sure for any errors in the copy inside your website, try to make sure that everything is precise, because as a tourist you get an expectation in the first impression, right? The first impression matters, something that's ever present and evergreen. So if you can make sure have somebody in your team double check it or triple or four times check the copy of obviously the main part of your website and the whole pages that you add, right? So check your copy. So it gives you right now the tours, and it also gives you a price negotiable. It doesn't give you the pricing because of course it can change during different seasons of the year, whether it's a high season or a low season or anything in between, right? So it gives you options to explore, which I think is pretty good. It gives you some basic photos, um, the itinerary and estimation of how many days it's going to be, and the ratings is pretty good if it's actual ratings, right? If it's somebody that actually took the time to review your your tours. So it gives you like the six most popular, which is really good. Like I said, you should focus on promoting the most sold or the most you want to offer. And then as time comes and you start to see a trend, then you can mix and match the positions of the tours. And obviously, if you can, try to change them every once in a while. Try to add new tours, take some tours out, just so people can see that it's constantly changing and offering something more dynamic. You can add a link instead of featured right here. You could put new tour or new experiment or experimentation or few spots. Oh, what do you call it? Like a beta phase, or how do you call it again? Like experimentation, first trials, new tours, just low spots, many how do you call it? Many or less spots or few spots. Sorry, few spots. Join now. Something that makes it urgent for people to at least explore, right? First of all, and then you obviously give your reasons on why people should choose you, which is pretty good. It's a pretty structured, well structured website, first page website, and it gives you a little bit about its proof, social proof, right? Gives you that popular tours. Okay, I think it's pretty repetitive. Best-selling tours. Okay, you can add maybe something else or see the list. So see the rest of our tours or testimonies. I think it has it at the end. Okay, he doesn't have the testimonies. Testimonies work as well. Total users stats. It could be pretty useful. And our video travel tips and advice. That's pretty good. Also, it's not well badly placed. Although it wouldn't hurt if you can move this spot all the way to the first area here or the second. That way it's like, or even this section right here, because now videos have become very important in this digital age, and we want to see action, right? So okay, and it shows some partners that it has. Perfect. Social proof again. Try to showcase that they're an actual business. And maybe reviews on the first page can help if it's possible to integrate them. It would be perfect. And at the end, it gives you contact information, quick links, who we are. This one's pretty good. And also gives you a social media, which is something we're going to look into in the future. And basically, what is maybe just change the maybe make it actualized to 2024 just so people see it's not outdated constantly, every year. And it's good to see that it gives you information and also directly to the owner or the director of the company. And it's good that they use a custom domain, which looks much more professional, as if it were a Gmail, which I know they use this in case of just as a backup or more of a plan B or plan C email. But these are the most important ones, I assume, and also WhatsApp information, which I think is pretty right. And I notice it has a WhatsApp button, This is pretty good as well. Some companies use a message me now or a message directly inside the website. It just depends if that company can manage all of the messages he gets in the website, so whether we need somebody dedicated or the owner itself to start constantly to keep constantly updating the web page and maintaining its presence. So logging in the back end and see if there's any new messages or inquiries, right? Okay, so it gives you the experiences. Let's say you wanna. Well, this is pretty good too. It gives you an experience. It gives you a list. I think that's pretty right. It's pretty good. It's not bad at all. Okay, let's say bird watching. The dates is the 2 persons. That's good. Let's add a. Let's see if it allows you just to see like a whole agenda. That way you can choose what's available, right? So it gives you. It goes directly to your destinations. Okay, so let's say if I go to Mount Morado and okay, overview of the destination. Okay, it gives you a brief insight. Okay, this is something that you have to check. Obviously, once in a while, every month, every 2 weeks, if have somebody to check the whole website and see if it's updated. Because sometimes Google or other services, other widgets that you add, might need to be corrected again. So that's another aspect that, in this case, he needs to check and fix. And obviously, it gives you more tours, so it's all right. It's pretty basic. Let me see. It doesn't give you. Well, I think it shouldn't, right? It just gives you a description of the destination. Let me check why it doesn't. Where are you going? Let me see the dates. Let's check. Let's see what I wanted to book somewhere here. It doesn't give you a date for return, I assume, or okay. Let's do camping. Let's check honeymoon. Okay, so it has a wide variety of tours for different segmentations, which is pretty good. And it brings me back here to the destination. So maybe that's just something that he needs to improve on, or the company needs to improve on, as to have the calendar of the to have the calendar of each destination, right? Let me see. Let's say I want to do a nature walk. Let's leave this blank and let's search, and it brings you back to Uganda destination. So I think there might be something he needs to change regarding. Let me see. It doesn't give me. Let me see. It doesn't give me a description or like a calendar. Okay, it doesn't give me that either. So I think that's something he needs to check and make sure that that calendar does work. He might need to pay for a service that he used to have, and maybe something's missing there. But it's very important because people want things quickly, and sometimes when that doesn't happen, then they seek another experience, right? So let's see, $15, okay. You notice how now the pricings are very different. And if you notice as well, it brings you to another website in itself. So Herbert, if you're watching this, you need to really check what's going on with your website management, who's taking care of it, just so there's no mistakes regarding One Village Tours, which I think was your previous company, and Baheka Tours, which is your current company. So, because if I go back, it brings you back to this, which it shouldn't, because it's not part of that business, right? How to make that switch. So let's see. And funny that another point, for example, here it shows the pricing as $10. So unfortunately, people are very, how do you call it? If they see $10 and you charge them $2,000 for the tour, what it actually costs, or $5,000, they're gonna want to pay $10. So be very careful with that. Make sure that whatever goes up to here, $10. Let me see the check-in. Let's do an experiment. Let's check out. Doesn't give you an option to check out because it's obviously 22 days. Guests, let's say $2, $40. It's pretty cheap. I'll buy 10 of those, right? If it's gonna be this cheap, let's go with $200. So be very careful with this. This is something I really really recommend. Okay, let's go to, well, let's check out before we do the booking, which I think is very important. Let's check a little bit about information of the tour. Obviously, the photos matter, and what I can tell, it's just one photo. So, um, adding more photos really helps. What I'm trying to explore now is it as if I were a tourist, not as a digital marketer. So anything that I choose is basically what I would want to look into if I was traveling to Uganda, right? So all these mistakes that are occurring are showing up. It will give me, how do you call it? It will give me like a feeling or intuition that it's not very professional, or that it's mixing and matching with another company that shouldn't be there. So this is all from a tourist perspective, right? So it gives you a little bit of the highlights of what you're gonna do. Game drive, safaris, things of that nature. Scored, yes, basic information. It gives you the itinerary, which is important. Perfect. Gives you that. Transfer, all right. Ideally, it would be great to add timings, although I know that is not, um, like, you cannot guarantee the timings. But it's good that he mentions the activities done basically per day. So obviously, when the person books with Baheka Travel, they are sure to receive like the complete list of the activities, right? The itinerary, what times to do every certain feature or every certain activity, and that way it's as smooth as possible, right? So again, you gotta check this. Obviously, it's another brand, and the reviews. Obviously, reviews help a lot, and that is something that I recommend. If you're if you're a brand, a tourism brand, have as many reviews as possible. Especially when the tourists are finally going to go back home, maybe you can motivate them by giving them a free lunch, or maybe a small tour that won't take much of your time, or a souvenir or something of that nature. That way, in the long term, you can benefit greatly, not just on your website, but on all social media platforms like Google, Yelp, TripAdvisor, Booking.com, other platforms as well, Instagram, Facebook, and so on and so forth, right? That really benefits your business, especially now that there's a lot of competition, and now that digital reputation matters as well. So leave your feedback as well, give your review, and obviously a photo of them is beautiful. It would be much better. All right, let's see now if I'm gonna buy for $40, which is a bargain. Let's see. I'll pay it right now, and you'll have to take me there. Okay, what does it say? Add it to your cart. Let's see the view cart. Let's see if it goes in, if it goes through. Let's check the cart. Perfect. Did you see that? Proceed to checkout to pay. Remaining. My friend, if this works, I'm gonna demand that's all for $40. I'll pay the flight, no worries. Let's see, proceed to checkout. B billing information, okay. Sorry, it seems that they're not for the state, for your state. Okay, so what you need to do basically in this example of a website, it could be very different on your brand, but you have to eliminate the whole One Village Tours brand, the domain in itself. You need to take it out because otherwise it's going to be a confusion. And if they want to make an inquiry, well, where are they going to send it, right? They're going to send it to this domain. And from what I heard, this brand should not exist as that, So definitely check that through. Make sure it's completely verified and up to date. So in this case, you won't be able to do anything about it. Let's go and get back at touch. Yeah, like I said, the same thing. On this one, it does work, so it's a good thing, but it's not ideal. Copyrighted. Okay, contact us. Perfect. I want to check a little bit of the source codes. So it's a WordPress company, website builder, and a hosting platform. I assume is very distinct to what they have. They have Google Analytics also, but I don't notice that they have any Facebook pixels. Which, if they ever do Facebook marketing, it's very crucial. It's crucial to have it. You have to have a pixel, just so you can track where your leads are coming from and how many have chosen certain buttons, right? But since this website doesn't represent the actual business, then there's just no need to implement anything on this domain. So that seems it. No TikTok, either tags, no Facebook, no what's the other platforms? There's several pixels you can add, like Google Ads and all of that. So again, it's not the website that he needs, but let's put it again, Baheka. And let's check here. Let me see on this one. Doesn't have it either. And let's check the code. It's WordPress also. It just has Google Analytics, Google Statistics, Google Analytics. Yep, just that. Okay, bottom, and the button here. Let's see. Okay, let's take it out. Now let's put it here. Let's do chimpanzee trekking. Let's see. Let's go in May. What I recommend also is that you have to have like a calendar that tells you when it's available and when it's not, just so people don't waste time on searching what's available and what's not. So that looks unprofessional, and you'll be amazed how tourists get pretty bored pretty quickly, and they prefer to go with a website or a company that can implement these actions quickly. So let's do May for 2 people. That's all right. Let's see where it goes. Check on the domain. So it goes back to One Village Tours. That's something that they need to fix. On this button, make sure that the code directs to the same platform here. So let's see where we go here. Price negotiable. All right, that's better. Let's put on Explorer just for the top end. I think it's the most expensive. Doesn't give you a price. One review, one photo. Like I said, need to add more photos. Highlights, the same thing. Itinerary, doesn't give you any hours. All right. Need to check the map, Google Maps. One rating, obviously, like I said, get more ratings as possible. And photos too. So Twitter is also under the One Village, so it needs to change. This one as well. Let me check real quick because I didn't. Okay, yes, I need to log into Facebook because it's another. We'll do it on the other platform, other profile. But basically, that's pretty much it for now. Let's check. I want to see if I want to book a tour. Check-in date. Let's do. It gives you again the check-in date, which I already chose previously, but you have to choose it again. Check out. Let's see if it's available. Available. 200 total 10. Okay, you need to check that as well. Two. Is it two? $20. That's pretty cheap. Let's see what it gives you. It doesn't load correctly. Sorry, this product cannot be purchased. That's, I think, a major error. It gives you an inquiry form, which is alright, but it's just one extra layer, one extra step you gotta do to get booked. And obviously, some tourists are gonna back from that. My intuition says that the processing fee or whatever's required for you to get payments isn't working regarding the owner of the company. Maybe because of the fee or the financially, basically. I think it's basically financial. They might need more clients to be able to pay for this kind of services. So if you're a tourism brand also, and if you're the direct tour operator that can provide all the services, try to make sure if you can get a method that can save you more money, but it's essential to have it so you can get clients online, basically, which is the benefit. Why are you doing this? Why do you have all this digital marketing if you cannot convert at the end? So I think that's it for now. Let me check real quick. Uganda, okay, it stays here now. It's basically the same structure. The domain is what I think he needs to take out completely. And let's see, I cannot click on any. Let's do one again. April 24th. You cannot. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, this is something that's a very big barrier. Sorry, product cannot purchase. I understand. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Well, we got the website. The basic gist of it is done. Let's go now to the business profile. I wanted to make sure. I think he doesn't have it either. Let's check. We're gonna check right here. What I mean by business profile is this. This is an example of why I have for the business. Obviously, this is something that needs to be improved, of course, but the basic gist are pretty good. You have the portrait, you have the location of the brand, and you also have details about it also. And you can keep adding photos of your content, your expertise, and that also applies for Uganda, for Baheka tours. And I think it's very important for every tourism brand to consider creating a tourism Google My Business profile, that's the name. And I want to see if this guy has it. For example, if you look up tours in Uganda, this is the first results that show up. So as you can see, there's some Google ads that are showing up in the first spots because obviously you pay for having your brand in the first spots. And this is the competition that this specific brand has. And that's another venture that I recommend you should invest. Having at least $2, $5, $10 a day really helps, just so you can be shown in these first spots, because it's most likely where you're gonna be clicking, right? So at least show up in these few, the best spots. Obviously, that's SEO, search engine optimization. It's been here for a long time, 10 years, 15 years, but it's still important, especially now. It has become very important. Although there are several ways to get around it now and get exposure through other mediums, which is social media and content, So I don't see I don't see his brand. Let's see, just by searching it as a tourist, right? Tourist in Uganda, that's the basic itinerary. And you can see it's the same It's the same ad of the same website again, which means there's not a lot of competition. Which means if you invest in digital marketing, you are most likely to get a spot there. So that's another consideration. If you see several ads under the same page, it's a sign that it's not very well invested on it, and it's an opportunity that you can grab. So keep that in mind. Obviously, I still don't see it. Again, the same brand. Again, the same brand. Same brands. TripAdvisors. Yeah, this company needs to improve a little bit on SEO, adding more blog posts, having referrals from other websites, things of that nature. So the only way that this brand will show up is if you have to actually look into the name of the brand, which is Baheka Travel. You search it and it shows up, of course, because you have to click it, right? I was gonna show two websites that I noticed it has a like an article written, which is pretty good. If you can get more websites to write articles about you and your brand, then they can help you rank higher online, right? So let me go back here. And again, I do not see a business profile. It should show up here. Let me see if it shows up on Google Maps. And this is something that I was going to mention also. You can get a profile like a tour guide under your brand and your tourism brand, and that way you can start rating certain natural areas of your region. Right, in Uganda, you can say you can go to the national parks, click on that spot. Let's do, for example, I did an example here already, which is the row, which is the photo we have posted. A video, in fact, which is very short. Video is actually getting a lot of attention, so this is something that you should focus on as well. And it got 50,000 views. Obviously, 50,000 is pretty good. It's not a lot, but out of those 50,000, at least 100 will have looked into your brand subliminally and get some exposure that way, right? The more you do it, the better exposure you get. And you can start building up your guide, a local guide level. You could go to Phil's Trail. This is an example of a trail that you have, and then you can add a post. Obviously, it's best if you do it on your phone. It allows you to create a video and then post it there under that profile. And you can add media here also and give your thoughts as well. So it's another way to build brand. And like I said, it takes time. And that is why digital companies like us, that's what we do. Obviously, you would need to take the videos, you would need to take the photos, but we will take care of the rest and handle the rest. So let's see. All right. I want to go back briefly. Now let's go back. So try to do a business profile as well. I noticed two articles right here. It gives you, well, it's just more like a Yelp for tourism. Contact information, very brief information, which is okay. It's not perfect as well, of course, but it's good. It's better than nothing. And this is an article written by this website, and it gives you a little bit about what the brand represents, right? So it's an image. It's pretty good. In this world now, you have to be like a RP or representative, public figure almost for your brand, because it helps you in the long term. Mid to long term. Gives you a little bit of description, their guests, their experience, a little bit about the company, what you do, which is plenty, and a little bit about the upcoming tours. Obviously, these dates are out, are in the past, so have that company, whoever's doing your article, updated again. And okay, you got a tourism board. Obviously, that's very important for any tourism brand, and a review from of guests, right? Guests and reviews are very important also. So this is a governmental company. All right. Okay, let's go here. All right, let's go back now to the social media aspects, which I think is a really fun part. And let's go on right here. Oh, wait, no, it's not this one. Okay, I see which one it is. Let's go back on this side. And this is the Facebook page of Baheka Travel. All right, it doesn't have few observations. It doesn't have like a user ID profile, like slash Baheka Travel, so that's something you can focus on. Has the basic information as well. As you can tell, it's not updated. It says one village is spelled incorrectly. You need to update that as well. Plenty of followers. We'll have to see how they got them, if it's real or how active is your community, right? So let's see. The button has book now. Let's see where it leaves you. Okay, let's do a time and a place. Let's say, let's go back to May 30th. Times, let's do 10 a.m. Let's do next. Services, phone number, appointment. Okay, so what I notice is right here, is right now, it's just for like first interaction, which is pretty good. And that's a way to engage your customers, which I think could be pretty used for the website also. So let's see, hello fans. It's January, so it's 2 months from now, of 2 months ago, when it was posted. So this company needs to keep posting videos and photos and all of that. Company business logo, very simple. Let's check all comments. No comments. Okay, let's keep going. Travel to Uganda, an event. Okay, so you can see you need more photos. This is from December. More engagement, more yes, There's no engagements, no interactions, none of that nature. Uh, so, yeah, there's nothing much you can say. Obviously, faces sell, so that's why it's very important to be part of that. Invest your money into showcasing yourself as a representative of that brand, and a personal brand in this space is crucial, which is what we're all trying to do, right? Try to become the experts of each of our fields. All right, contact. Okay, so this is a design that we did for this business. You can see it's attractive. The colors, the elephant. This is from a photo that we took that he shared with us back when it was One Village Tours. And the color scheme I think is pretty good, and it got a little bit of engagement, but not comparable to what the amount of viewers and followers it has, right? So that is something he needs to work on, and that business as a whole needs to work on. And that is pretty much it for that. Let's go for Instagram. I was trying to look for Baheka Travel, but it seems that it's not existent. So he needs to create another profile and start updating photos as well. For YouTube, on Instagram, I'm not going to go any further because obviously if he doesn't have it, then there's nothing I can explain. Although once he has it, then you can explain a little bit about what photos to post, what to add on the profile, and things of that nature, right, to make it as a professional as possible. And then on the YouTube channel, it still has the one village. I tried to look up Baheka Travel. It doesn't show up anywhere. It only shows up as one village, Uganda, which again is from the previous brand. And the funny thing is, he still has the description of Baheka. So it's pretty simple to do the conversion of Baheka Travel and then changing the name of that and then adding a logo for that business and start adding more videos, more shorts, and content basically. And the same goes for TikTok, which I think is very important. It's a very useful brand or platform. A lot of tourism companies are using them. And this is mostly focused on video, So a video is something that he needs to invest in as well. The company needs to create that budget for video, which is pretty simple with your phone. Have somebody record the best shots. Obviously, there are several secrets to do that, and we'll discuss that further down the road. Or if you want something more private, specific for your brand, then you can send me a message or contact me through either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, our website. There's several ways to do that, right? From whichever platform you see in this video right now. Pinterest is another platform that I think is useful for tourism. It's essential. Images, videos, all that helps. And the benefit is you can add photos or videos. So mesmerizing photos or mesmerizing videos helps you a lot. And he doesn't have that either, right? So another thing to take consideration and invest in. On TripAdvisor, he does have them, which is pretty good to see. And the good thing about that as well is that he gives the pricing on these tours, which are pretty expensive, but that's the name of the game for safari tours. They're pretty pricey, and obviously your marketing should reflect that as well. If you're offering a $7,000 tour, you should at least spend half on that for marketing per tour, or for a set amount of tours. Or if you can uh, spend more, then obviously that should pay you dividends, right? That's why you're investing into digital marketing in the first place. And what I noticed is that he doesn't have reviews as well. So have your clients at the end of each tour make them a list of platforms that they have. If they don't have a platform, help them create one, and then from there, add reviews, photos, and things of that nature. Obviously, like I said, make it a win-win for them. Give them a tour, or an extra souvenir, or a meal, or something that they can take, so you can motivate them. But have them do a list of platforms to review them, and to add photos and videos for each. So it's a lot of work, but it's gonna benefit you in the end. And it gives you a good thing about it. It gives you a rating, or like a top 10 or top 24 transportation in that region or country. And it's 19th place, which is pretty good. Although there's always room for improvement. So keep that in consideration. See contact information. It gives you that. All right, perfect. Baheka mail. The mail is he needs to update it again. One village, and the number he needs to check that it's correct. Okay, perfect. And the thing is, with these platforms, you can add the option of booking, but they get a fee from that, and obviously you'll lose some money out of that. So it's always best to go the people to send them directly to your website, and that way you can get the most out of each client, right? So you don't depend on platforms like these. So you don't depend on one of them. You can rely on all of them. Let's go to Twitter, and right here, this is One Village Tours. He needs to change the image and the tag as well. So that's another aspect. And if you can, pay for a subscription to get verified. It gives a little bit more credibility. Although I know it can be another expense, right? And his posts, the last post was in October of 2023, so he needs to have the investment of someone to keep posting content, videos, photos, experiences, testimonies, and things of the nature, right? So, yeah, basically more content, content is the game here. Content is the game. Yelp. Was looking into Yelp, but it doesn't exist in this region of the world in Uganda. So for this specific brand, it doesn't work. Although if you're in a region that can service Yelp, that serviced by Yelp, then that's another platform to invest. Airbnb. This is something that I think is not exploited yet, and this is a secret I'm giving it to you guys for free. You're not paying anything right now, and that is something that I'm pretty proud of because it's gonna help. I know it's gonna help a lot of businesses or people who are doing the same thing that I am, which digital marketing. And you can use all these tips to share them with your clients as well and make you some money, right? So when you enter Airbnb, it gives you this list. Obviously, I'm right now on the desktop. If you're on the phone, it's going to be different, and if you're on the app, completely different, right? But you want to check here in experiences, and now you want to write Uganda. In this case, Uganda depends on where you're going to be. Dates, don't add any dates, and because we want to see what's available, right? Adults, let's just add 2 because it's the typical amount. And then it gives you no results, which is a meaning that there is, for Uganda, no businesses doing any experiences, any tours, and that is, I think, a downside or an opportunity, a blue ocean, if the correct term or the fancy word is a blue ocean for that brand that takes advantage. I do want to consider or take note that there might not be availability of Airbnb Uganda, since it's very curious that it doesn't exist in Uganda, but in Kenya it does. So that is something that depends on country to country and needs to be checked. And then you can add videos as well, photos, content everywhere. This is the game now. Photos of what's happening around, and all these people are tourism businesses that offer services that you can do, and it's very basic activities. Like, look at this, like cooking Kenyan food, things that already people do in their region. Travelers want to pay for that. It's pretty cheap, to be honest. And the thing is that you can even filter all of these experiences by. Let me see if you can do that. Price filters right here. It doesn't give you the. It's funny. It doesn't give you the like a range, right? Or what's the most expensive to what's the cheapest. So 120 per person. It's not bad. What I'm not sure if it's in Uganda, if it's available, right? Let's see, Uganda, Kampala. I think you have to be very specific, right? Nothing even there. And since it gives you the option. I think there might be. You can do it. I just don't see any. Nobody has done it, so this is a gem. If you can apply it, you should use it to your advantage. And Booking.com offers that kind of section, but instead of experiences, it's called attractions. So if you look here, it gives you a section for that, and you search for Uganda. Let's see if it goes here. Uganda. There's nothing here. So I don't know, again, if it's not permissible due to the country, or if it's something that no business has done. So that's another white space, or a blue ocean as they call it, and take that gem and apply it to your business. So I think that's pretty much it for now. Is there anything else that I wanted to mention? Basically, all these observations that I mentioned on this short, it's not short, but on this video, you can be implemented for basically any kind of business. Obviously this is more related for tourism, but any construction company, any restaurants, any other dentist even wants to invest. Obviously, dentist for this doesn't apply for Booking.com or Airbnb, but there are certainly several dentist related or medical related marketplace platforms like this that exist, so you can do your research and go accordingly, right? So these are the basic tips. Obviously there are so many details in each one of them, and how to improve them, that can be definitely discussed independently, privately. Hopefully you got some value out of that. And like I said, if you wanted me to do a specific review for your brand, for your tourism brand, hit me a message or send me an email at help@Luna Marketing, or send me a message through Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, WhatsApp even, or any other platform that I'm available in. You can send me a message, give me a list of your social media that you have. That way it's easier for me to check. And your website also, if you have any other platforms like Yelp, if you have any specific tourism niche marketplaces as well. And from there I'll take a look and do a similar style a video for this and help you out in some way. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Talk to you soon and have a good one.